the most beginner-friendly and easiest to play class in the Last Epoch is without a doubt a Necromancer, a summoner class, really. And in this video I will show you my build, which is based on the pyro techniques and basically on empowering my minions with fire. Bring on fire, my friends, and I will tell you why I think it's the most beginner-friendly, casual-friendly, laziest and easiest to start and appreciate the game with. Before we keep talking about my fire-infused Necromancer in the Last Epoch, I'd like to say very quick thanks to the sponsors of this video, Into the AM, producers of graphic t-shirts of all sorts of shapes and sizes and different prints. Take a look, get 10% off, get yourself something nice and look cool when you play Last Epoch in your mom's basement. Now, on to my Necromancer. First of all, why I think it's very casual-friendly, beginner-friendly, lazy, really, in a good sense of the word, is because your minions are doing your dirty work for you. It's as simple as that. My friends, first of all, you obviously have skeletons, so this build very much empowers skeletons straight away. So if we look at your skills, you pick the skeletons among your very first skills, obviously. First thing I do is I increase the number of skeletons. Duh, you want an army, you want as many of them as possible. So I do kind of proceed with this build of the skill towards having a maximum number of skeletons increased wherever I can. So plus skeletons, plus skeletons. Pretty much any points that I took here to improve my skeletons are simply taking me to the increase of the number of skeletons. What I mean by that is that I'm going here, for example, Grave Walkers plus 2 skeletons, and on the way I take mana efficiency and base crit chance. It's insignificant, it's not what the build is focused on. At the moment, in the early leveling phases, you are increasing the number of skeletons. As soon as you can have a Bone Golem. Bone Golem is your main tank, is the massive thing, which we in this build are turning into what would be known to my subscribers, people who have been following my Path of Exile builds. We are basically making it into Sentinel of Radiance. Do you know what it is? If you do, you will know where I'm going with this, and if you don't, well, maybe subscribe and you will learn something over time. Essentially, Golem becomes not just this massive tank with a slam and that basically tanks for you. Golem becomes then a radiation of fire. It's an AoE. It's a walking fire pit, yes? Which is why development of your golem goes right hand side. We go to the right hand side. However, I am not taking bone kindling. I do not want my golem to consume my skeletons. I want to continue running as an army. So that's a very important point to make here. So we are simply going towards Pyre, and I didn't go down the middle here because I didn't want to increase specifically fire damage. I might if I have spare points, but I went up here to just increase the ignite chance and give the golem some fire resistance and damage over time, because it will be burning things, yes? Our ultimate purpose here is to obviously go through Pyre Golem and go towards World Pyre. Want to increase the damage over time and want to increase the aura of this burning Sentinel of Radiance like Golem. That's what I'm doing. Mages, same thing. With mages we are also turning them into fire mages when we can. But unfortunately it doesn't turn all mages into fire, it just adds the fire mages to the pool. Pyromancers gets added to the summon pool of your mages. So you simply are going to pressing the button resummon until you get as many pyromancers as you could be bothered pressing that button. Sometimes you'll be lucky with 3, sometimes you'll be lucky with 4. So the rest of it, the more fire damage our minions do, that's what we're trying to do, the more fire damage we do, the more then you can get out of then further scaling your fire damage specifically. And by the way, let's go back for a second to the skeletons. Going towards Fire Arrow. Oh yes, I haven't taken it yet, but when I level up this skill set next time, you can see that I'm trying to inject as much fire damage as I can. Yeah, and with the mages, going back to mages, I'm also investing into Splintered Dominions so that we have a bit more of a machine gun effect, so that they have extra chance to fire extra projectiles. So it's boom boom, boom boom, boom boom. It's really awesome. I hope you're enjoying also the gameplay in the background. I think it's both effective and fun. I think it's effective and fun. If you agree with me, please give me a quick like. That's the only way for you to tell me, hey Gyro man, thank you very much for this good idea and you're doing something right, give us more of these kind of videos. That's what you're saying to me by giving me a like. And those of you who can actually talk, well, Talk to me in the comments down below. Share your own experience. Maybe you've taken something that I haven't. Maybe you went this hand side towards Cryomancers. Talk to me about that. I'm not doing it, by the way. So that's as far as the main skills are concerned. Back to the build itself. Once again, best thing is probably for you to take a screenshot or maybe pause. And by the way, in case you're my Path of Exile person and you're like, Gyro is now in Last Epoch, yes, I'm enjoying myself immensely. But as soon as the next league starts, I will be in Path of Exile again, so don't despair, okay? Stay subbed. What are we doing here? Listen, increased damage, increased minion damage is in Acolyte, that is a no-brainer. Increased armor and minion armor until we get to this point of being able to start increasing our vitality and minion health. Goes a long way, we don't want them dying all the time. Yeah, that's it. Then we reach the 21 points needed in Acolyte and switch to Necromancer, where we go into increasing minion health, armor and damage reflected. We want them sustainable, yeah, because there are other ways to increase the damage. Because passive bonus, don't forget, gives us extra skeletal mage, extra skeleton, and a massive increase to damage. That's cool, that's alright. And yes, you could say to me, Gyro, but we saw that you are using here the Infernal Shade, which is not really a skill that I have buffed in any way, shape or form. So before you tell me why you're wasting your time on Infernal Shade, I'll tell you why. Because my intent is to continue scaling fire damage through gear. So I'm playing with that, I'm trying it, and I like the playstyle of simply tagging the enemies with Infernal Shade that then moves on to the other targets while my minions kill everything. I simply like the playstyle of it. However, obviously, becoming a Necromancer gives you Summon Wraith. I have played with Wraith, it's okay, but it's a bit steep on the mana spend, I don't like it, and also it requires you to continue casting because they're very short-term minions, yeah? That's it, that's basically the reason. Maybe when I have an extra specialization slot at level 35, I perhaps will take Wraith, and then I might do something about it. Perhaps that's when I will be able to do something with the skill itself. And then, if you're interested, especially stay tuned, I will talk to you what I've done about it and how my testing is going. But so far, I think I've said enough. The only last thing to say to you is that I know it's necrotic damage and it's another skill that I have not developed in any shape or form, but I simply like the AoE effect of being able to summon these wandering spirits once in a while, even if they are not fire damage, but I still think that they add a lot of that AoE and presence on the screen and kill a lot of enemies faster. That's how I play, not claiming it to be the ultimate super endgame proven build, but once again I played through beta, on and off, not all the time, but it's been 2 years. I've built a similar build, obviously slightly changed for the public launch now, for the full production launch of 1.0 Last Epoch. Fantastic game. Spend some pocket cash while it's a lull period of time in Path of Exile and while Diablo 4 overtly and openly sucks as a game, completely embarrassingly sucks. You should be, as an ARPG fan, playing either Path of Exile or this, in my humble opinion. And if you still think that that Diablo 4 is worth your while, don't be a troll, be factual. Why? Why do you think it's better, my man or my lady? And that's it, my friends. Visit Into the AM, our sponsors, with a discount link in the description below. Get dressed up for this lovely game and play in your mom's basement like you actually own the world. Thanks for tuning in. More video guides for World of Warcraft, Path of Exile, Last Epoch are coming to you at least one video per week in case you're not subscribed yet. Goodbye for now.